Alright, so within the last week of anime, something happened, and I'm pretty sure most of you that know me and know my favorite series know what I'm going to be discussing, and that is episode 76 of Hunter x Hunter, in which Madhouse changed some things with a very important character. And before I start discussing my personal beliefs on these changes, let me give you a brief overview of what it is I'm talking about. So, in episode 76, Madhouse introduced Jing's apprentice Kite, or Kaito. I say Kaito. It's translated as Kite, but they introduced Kite or Kaito into the series, and for people who are familiar with Hunter x Hunter, they would know that Kaito is supposed to appear in Chapter 1, Episode 1. He did in the manga and in the 99 anime. Now, for anyone who's been following Madhouse's adaptation of Hunter x Hunter, they would know that Madhouse decided to forego introducing Kaito in Episode 1 in preference to save his introduction until the Chimera Ant arc started. So, by doing so, they left a huge hole in the story that was supposed to tie together when he was finally introduced through flashbacks. Now, when I initially heard that they were going to do this, I was personally okay with it because of the fact that Kaito doesn't come back for another, well, it would have been 75 episodes. So I figured it was an okay idea as long as they did the flashback. Now, here's where people kind of started raging, which is why I wanted to do this video, is the fact that they introduced Kaito, but it's not the Kaito people were expecting. And by that, I mean they changed some of his character. They did the flashback still, but through the flashback, they only show Kaito saving Gon from the Fox Bears. They did not show the part where Kaito is the one who gives Gon that push to becoming a hunter by telling him that his dad is still alive and that his dad's a hunter and that he's his dad's apprentice. So, a lot of people have been saying that Madhouse ruined Kaito, and that's what I wanted to discuss. Okay, so now my opinion of it is that while they did not do the scene right, they did not introduce his character right, I felt the most important aspects of his character were still left there. And by most important, I mean the fact that he was Jing's apprentice, and he told Gon that he was Jing's apprentice. Gon still looks up to Kaito for the simple fact that Kaito is the one who saved him from the Fox Bears, allowing him to become a hunter. So I felt like those were two of the most important aspects to Kaito's character that weren't left out. So I felt like Madhouse's changes were actually okay with me. And Hunter x Hunter is my favorite series. I've read the manga numerous times. I've seen the original numerous times. I've watched all of the 2011 series. I've even gone back and watched every single arc of the 2011 series while watching the episodes directly after they came out. So I watched them at least a good 2 times before going back and rewatching all the arcs so far as a whole. And I rewatched episode 76 about 4 or 5 times just to get my opinion on Kaito. I was okay with the changes because, in my opinion, as I said, that they left the most important aspects of Kaito's character, and at the same time, for me, it's okay that he wasn't the one to tell Gon about his dad being alive and that his dad was a hunter. Because if you think about it, it really makes sense. And it was also foreshadowed back in episode 1, for the simple fact that when Mito asked Gon why he wanted to go find his dad, he said he wants to get to know his dad and know why his dad abandoned him, and why it was so important to him to be a hunter. So, this was something that I really saw coming way back in October of 2011. So, I wasn't really disappointed that Madhouse changed some stuff around. And also, I feel like if you think about it, everyone on Whale Island, including Mito, every single person on Whale Island knew who Jing was and knew that he was a hunter. So if you think about it, it makes sense that Gon could have easily found out that his dad was a hunter and that his dad was still alive from any of the people on Whale Island. It did not have to be Kaito. And most of the people that are pissed the fuck off about Kaito's character being changed are the ones that are saying that the reason why Kaito is so important and why future events are now ruined because Kaito wasn't the one to tell Gon this stuff is because the whole reason Gon looks up to Kaito and has a relationship with Kaito is because Kaito was the one who pushed Gon into being a hunter. Now, I personally don't agree with that. I believe that the relationship Gon builds with Kaito through NGL and other future events in the Chimera Ant arc, and his time spent with Kaito and Kaito's crew, that is to me why Gon kind of builds such a strong relationship with Kaito. Not because of something that happened like a year or two before the series even begins. That's not why he's attached to Kaito. Why he's attached to Kaito is the relationship he builds with Kaito while he spends time with him in the Chimera Ant arc. His relationship with Kaito isn't just because Kaito is Jing's student, so Gon just automatically looks up to him. No, he looks up to Kaito. Kaito is like a big brother to him. Just because Kaito did not push Gon in the direction of being a hunter does not mean that Gon can't still build a strong brother-like relationship with Kaito where he looks up to Kaito. That can still be built. Madhouse can still easily incorporate all of those aspects into the series. So, just because he did not push Gon into being a hunter does not mean his character is ruined. Now, the whole reason, as I said, that I wanted to do this video is because I've been reading forum comments, which is also why I waited an entire week to do my video, because I kind of wanted to feel it out and see other people's opinions. I've been seeing some of the most ridiculous bullshit I've ever read when it comes to Hunter x Hunter. There have been people saying that the entire series is ruined just because Kaito was not the one to tell Gon that Jing was alive and that he was a hunter. To say the entire series is ruined by one event and one episode is complete bullshit, okay? Also, there are people now saying that after one episode, once again, one episode, the start of the Chimera Ant arc, which most of the episode was filler anyway, there are people saying now that, oh, the Chimera Ant arc is ruined because Kaito won't have as important of a role. Bullshit! The fucking thing has never been animated, okay? It's not like the 99 version where, okay, if Kaito, if it was animated then, and now 2011 was changing shit, it would be a much bigger deal. This has never been animated. The 99 version took liberties with the Hunter exam and having the one ship before the Phase 4 with the warship. That didn't ruin it. That made the Hunter exam better. They changed some shit. They had, I think it was Gon's mom, they actually said she was dead, whereas in the manga, and now in the 2011 version, he just doesn't know where she's at. We don't know where she's at. So, there was some shit changed in 99 that was perfectly okay, didn't ruin the series. No one has a problem with. But now, after one episode of the Chimera Ant arc, people are going to sit there and try to act like the whole fucking arc is ruined because Kaito had some minor changes. In my opinion, they were minor. I know some people are going to sit there and cry about how they were major. I guess they could be, but because it was Kaito's telling to Gon why Gon wanted to be a hunter, it was him telling him that Jing was alive and that he was a hunter. But, I mean, there were other ways it could have been figured out. Obviously, it's not the same as the source material, but people have to remember this is an adaptation. It's not just copy and paste from the manga. It's an adaptation. And I don't know any shonen that hasn't taken liberties like that. I can guarantee all the big three, between Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, have all taken some form of liberties with either their filler or changing some stuff around. One Piece does it on an episode basis because they animate one chapter per episode. So, this is not that big of a deal. I still think that the Chimera Ant arc will still be able to go on and it will still have the same impact. that it would have if Kaido would have fucking told Jing, or Gon, that Jing was alive and that he was a hunter. So, that's my opinion on it. So, why don't you guys tell me what your thoughts are? Do you think that Madhouse ruined Kaito's character? Do you think that the 2011 series now is ruined? Okay, I want to hear your opinions because I've been arguing with people all week about this because they think that the whole series is ruined, Kaito's ruined. You can forget about the Chimera Ant arc being any good. So, I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know what you think. And hopefully, I'll hear from you guys in the future about the Chimera Ant arc. I want to know your guys' thoughts because I'm looking forward to this arc, even though I think this is the worst arc in the series. It's my least favorite arc. So, I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on the Chimera Ant arc too, and what your guys' expectations are. Especially now that we got episode 1 out of the way, and there's been some shit changed.